Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to check the 6S Power Kit version of the Diatone Roma F4 4-inch quadcopter. The Power Kit version doesn't come with the VTX and the camera, so in this video I'm going to show you how to install the Vista system in this quadcopter and configure it, go over the features and specs of this quadcopter, give you my feedback after testing it out, and show you some flight footage. First of all, in terms of packaging, here you can see everything that comes inside the box of the Roma F4. So along with the quadcopter, you're getting a USB to USB Type-C cable, a single set of HQ Prop 4-inch tri-bladed propellers, and of course a single set is not enough, so make sure to purchase extra sets of propellers. You're also getting an IPX to SMA antenna connector and screws that are going to enable you to mount the connector on the back of the quadcopter using this 3D printed TPU part. A card that shows you how to connect a radio receiver to the flight controller using this JST connector, which is pre-soldered to the board, along with two JST connectors, one for connecting an FrSky RxSL receiver without any soldering work, and another one for connecting other types of receivers. A unique coupon code, which if you are quick enough, you are welcome to use it on Diatone's website. The wiring diagram of the MAMBA A411 35 amperes all-in-one flight controller. The assembly diagram of the frame, and the bag that contains two plastic antenna tubes for protecting the antennas of the radio receiver. Some zip ties. A 20 by 20 mm plastic board for mounting a radio receiver on top of the flight controller. Plenty of spare extra screws, which are well labeled and organized. Two 19 cm long Diatone branded high quality battery velcro straps. Two anti-skid battery stickers for the top plate. Two 3D printed TPU parts for mounting the FPV camera inside the frame. 4 motor nuts and a MAMBA LHCP antenna, which is using an SMA antenna connector, as the Power Kit is intended to be used with the DJI digital system. In terms of features and specs, the Roma F4 features the MAMBA TOKA 2203.5 motors. These are the same motors that are used by the Roma F35 3.5-inch quadcopter, which I have recently reviewed, just with a lower kV rating. On the center of the frame, protected by these two plastic parts, you can find the MAMBA F411 F4 20 by 20 mm flight controller. It features an integrated 35 amperes BLLES 4-in-1 ESC, a 35 volts 470 microfarad capacitor is pre-soldered to the battery pads, and JST connectors for connecting a radio receiver and the Vista unit are pre-soldered to the board. In addition, a buzzer is connected to the flight controller and secured to the bottom plate using a double-sided tape. The motor wires are nicely secured and protected using these plastic parts. On the back of the frame, you can find 3D printed TPU parts that hold an XT60 battery connector and the antennas of the radio receiver and VTX. On the front of the frame, you can find an aluminum cage, which is going to properly protect the FPV camera. And as for the frame itself, the thickness of the bottom unibody plate is 4 mm. Its wheelbase is 175 mm and it features a squashed X pattern. The thickness of the top plate is 2 mm and the distance between the bottom and top plates is 25.2 mm. On the center of the frame, you can find both 20 by 20 and 30.5 by 30.5 mm mounting holes, and on the back of the frame, you can find 20 by 20 mm mounting holes for securing your VTX. In addition, the Roma F4 comes with a sticker on the top plate that instructs you that the center of the battery should be placed over this plus mark. As for its weight, without a battery, radio receiver, and an FPV system, the Roma F4 weighs 192 grams. Now, since this is the plug-and-play Power Kit version, we need to install a radio receiver and the Vista unit. In order to do that, first remove the top plate and make sure that the wiring diagram of the flight controller is next to you, as you'd like to make sure that everything is going to be connected properly. Then trim the wires next to the 6-pins JST connector, and in case you're not using the DJI radio controller, you can remove the S-bus and extra ground wires. Then solder the wires in the following order to the Vista unit. Secure the provided SMA to IPX antenna connector on the back of the frame using the included screws and connect the IPX antenna connector to the Vista unit. Secure the camera unit on the front of the frame using the provided 6mm empty screws and the Vista unit itself on the back of the frame using the 20x20mm mounting holes, and unfortunately the necessary screws for that are not provided in the kit. As for the radio receiver, in case you don't want to solder it directly to the flight controller, you can simply solder the provided joystick connector to the radio receiver and then use the joystick connector which is pre-soldered to the flight controller. Finally, install the antennas of the radio receiver and VTX on the back of the frame and put back the top cover. Now you need to make sure that everything is set up correctly on Betaflight. Under the port section, the serial RX switch should be enabled on UART 1 and the configuration/MSP switch should be enabled on UART 2, which is connected to the Vista unit. Then you need to make sure that the radio receiver that you connected to the flight controller is configured properly, and after binding it with your radio controller, make sure that all the sticks and switches are working properly and configure your favorite flight modes and OSD elements. You also need to make sure that you can read the battery voltage of the quadcopter using the DJI goggles, as otherwise it indicates that the Vista unit wasn't wired properly to the flight controller. And as for the rest of the settings, everything including the PID tune is pretty much pre-configured for you. The next thing that I've done is to head outdoors and test the Diatone Roma F4, and overall after testing it out I can tell you that just like the F35, the F4 is a pretty powerful quadcopter, and in comparison to the F35 it seems to be more efficient. In my experience, the recommended battery for this setup is a 6S 850 mAh LiPo battery, and the total weight of the F4 including it is about 407 grams, and I got more than 6 minutes of semi-aggressive flight time including it without an action camera, which is pretty good. In terms of performance, as I've just mentioned, the F4 features a very powerful setup, so it is going to provide you with plenty of speed, and its default tune is better than the one that was shipped with the F35, which was flashed with EMI-Flight, so the F4 comes pre-flashed with Betaflight, and I think that Diatone have done a better job tuning it, although it is still not perfect, so you might need to iron some things out in order to reduce, for example, the prop wash. Now I'm going to wrap up this video with some flight footage, and by the way, in case you wonder about this camera, this is a pre-production version of the Foxeer Apollo HD camera, and since this is not the final version, it has some flaws, and once the final version is going to be released, of course I'm going to check it out, so wait for your conclusions for my upcoming video. I hope you will enjoy the rest of this video, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you on my next videos, and goodbye.